Qatar Airways crew handling of in-flight death. Qatar Airways says an internal review has found that its crew acted quickly, appropriately and professionally when they placed the body of a woman who died mid-flight next to an Australian couple. The airline stated to the BBC after the couple, Mr. Ring and Jennifer Colin, expressed their distress regarding the experience on the Melbourne-to-Doha flight. The couple had been traveling to Venice for a holiday when the cabin crew placed the deceased woman covered in blankets next to Mr. Ring for the last 4 hours of the 14-hour flight. Mr. Ring recounted that the crew attempted to move the body to the business class section, but due to the woman's size, they were unable to do so. Consequently, he was asked to move over so the deceased could be placed in his seat. While another passenger invited Ms. Colin to sit elsewhere, Mr. Ring said the airline staff did not offer him an alternative seat despite available vacancies. Qatar Airways stated that the handling of the incident was in line with training and industry standard practice. Passengers were accommodated to other seats and a crew member was sitting at all times with the deceased passenger for the duration of the flight until landing in Doha, the airline statement read. It further noted that unexpected deaths sometimes occur on flights and that the crew is trained to handle such situations with respect and dignity. Upon landing, the couple was asked to remain seated while medical staff and police boarded the plane. Mr. Ring was distressed when the ambulance officers removed the blankets covering the deceased, revealing her face. "I can't believe they told us to stay," he said, expressing his belief that passengers should have been allowed to disembark before authorities arrived. Barry Eustace, a former Virgin Atlantic captain, told the BBC that airline protocol typically involves isolating a deceased body to minimize passenger exposure and maintain privacy. According to the International Air Transport Association guidelines, a deceased person should be moved to a seat with minimal passengers nearby or an area that does not obstruct movement. Qatar Airways has defended the crew's handling of the situation, stating that their actions were appropriate and professional. The airline also expressed sympathy for the family of the deceased and other passengers affected by the incident. It confirmed that they had offered emotional support and compensation to those directly impacted. "We understand that we can't hold the airline responsible for the poor lady's death, but surely after that there has to be a protocol to look after the customers on board," Ms. Colin remarked in an interview with Australia's Channel 9. The couple also criticized the airline for not providing sufficient support after the flight. "They have a duty of care towards their customers as well as their staff. We should be contacted to make sure. Do you need some support? Do you need some counseling?" Mr. Ring said on Australia's A Current Affair. Qatar Airways issued an apology for any inconvenience or distress this incident may have caused and reiterated that their primary concern was ensuring that the deceased was treated with respect. They also confirmed that they had reached out to the affected passengers to address their concerns. The incident has sparked debate over how airlines should handle deaths during flights. While standard procedures exist, some critics argue that greater efforts should be made to ensure that surviving passengers are accommodated with minimal distress. In response to the backlash, aviation experts suggest that airlines should reassess their protocols to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Enhanced training and clearer guidelines could help avoid placing passengers in uncomfortable situations when handling in-flight fatalities. I am Jojo Wimana. Thank you for watching KJ Pro TV.